Other ways to save keyframes besides hitting the S key, which records keyframes on all of these channels, would be to take the essential steps where, okay, so we say at this point in time, what I'd like to do is not only have the X translation keyframe, the Y translation keyframed, but at this point in time I'd actually also like to maybe scale it. And if I click on the value here, let's say scale X, right, and then middle click, I can change the value of the scale X, right, or let's say the scale Y, we'll take that flatter, right, scale Z will make it larger. Okay, so if I went and moved the timeline, I haven't recorded a keyframe on these values yet. So in order to do that, and again, if I move the timeline, watch, these values will snap back to their original values. So what I need to do is set a keyframe here, and I don't necessarily want to set any other keyframes. That's what our options are here. Okay, so I'm going to change all three values at once by selecting them. I held down the shift key and selected all three X, Y, Z channels, and then I'm using the middle mouse button and I'm going to scale this up on all three, and then on the Y I'm going to actually flatten it down. Okay, so then I'll select all three values and then right mouse button I'll choose to key selected. So that will record the change in only those values here. So now that as I change, you'll see at frame 24 all of the values had been set to 1 by default, but now they, okay, so now they do something a little different. So you can see this is getting really interesting here. Another thing you might want to change is, let's say, the value of a material that you have assigned on your object. Now obviously I don't see in here any value for color, so what I'll need to do is go to where I can find that in the interface and then set keyframes the same way. Okay, so let's say that from this point on we're going to want to have a change in color. Well, let's add a material. So I'm going to go to assign new material, and I'm going to put a new Lambert. I went off the screen there, but now you can see I've got Lambert 2. Okay, and it's automatically assigned to my object, and at frame 11 I'm going to, let's say, change the transparency. So if I right click and set a key with the value at complete opaqueness, and then we go to the end and we'll change this value to where it would be completely invisible. We're still seeing our wireframe, but the color will be gone. And then I can right click and set a key there. If I deselect, you'll see the value change as we go. So that's setting keyframes. So I don't have anything selected, so you're not seeing keyframes in here any longer, but with the object selected, you'll see where the keyframes are and the transition between those. So let's play this and we'll see the effect of our now complete animation with not only translation, movement, scale, but also value, color of material. And so that gives you a good idea on the power of keyframing inside of Maya. You can keyframe all kinds of things now. So good luck and have at it.